did I get into homesteading? My family's been homesteading for generations. Growing up, my dad was in the Army, and when he went off to war or to a foreign country, we stayed with our grandparents. My grandfather and grandmother, and then my great-granny, my great-aunt, and then my grandmother. And we would stay 1 week one way, home, and the other week the next home. Well, my granny and granddaddy had a little farm with a well. The only running water went to the sink to wash dishes and such. And if we needed to go to the bathroom during the daytime, we had to use an outhouse. And at night, we used a chamber pot. And if we ever got so dirty, we had, those wash tubs where you can get down in there and do your washing like this. Well, she had a wash machine with the ringers. The 2 ringers that would roll, you put the rolls through. And, but the tub was for washing. We would get a bath outside on the back porch. And we would run around barefooted and, with the chickens and such. And some of you may not know the old expression, don't cut your foot. That's when you would actually step in chicken poo and it go up between your toes. So that's what they called cutting your foot. And at my granny and great-granny and great-aunt's house, they were seamstress. They sewed people's clothes. And so when we stayed with them, we would learn how to sew by hand, needle and thread, or crochet, or embroidery. And while the rest, when we went outside, we had, we didn't have regular toys. A brick or a stick become the car of a truck. And so we lived off of homegrown vegetables and eggs and chickens and such. And as I grew up and went away to other countries and all, that has always stayed with me. Then I became a teenager and then got married. And I married a country boy. And the first place we lived, we had chickens in a garden. Later on, we added a goat, and the goat had 2 baby goats. And my goat was pregnant the same time I was pregnant with my first child. So that was kind of neat. And then when we moved, we had a place. And we had chickens and garden and everything. There's a lot of farms around here, so it's like I will buy quite a bit of vegetables from the farmers that I can. And I've got chickens and getting more chickens and a goose at the end of next month. I'm excited. And so homesteading, I never realized I was homesteading because I kind of grew up this way somewhat. I just thought it was normal. And so I got into bushcrafting. And to me, bushcrafting and homesteading kind of goes hand in hand. Because if you think about it, the settlers, when they moved from place to place, they had to construct a place to sleep, start fires, cook outside, catch and clean their own prey and all. They would take their chickens and their cows and stuff with them when they would move. And, and back then settlers would carve their own spoons and things, and they would farm the land. And so to me, bushcraft and homestead is, like I said, goes hand in hand. And so, yeah, I just thought that I was just being the same old, just living our life the way we always have. Never thought that I was homesteading until my son Kevin said, "Mama, you homestead more than you bushcraft." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, you're gardening, canning, you making jams and jellies and such, and sew our own, my curtains." The boys and their dad actually picked out that pattern, which I totally love. And all. And then there's my prized possession that I'm fixing to show you. And so, yeah, it's a way of life.